Now there's a cliche version of Florida life in everyone's head and the predictable highlights, but this is living in Hernando Beach, Florida. It's just 15 minutes west of Spring Hill, past the Publix and the last stoplight you'll ever care about. Boom. Canals, boats in driveways, neighbors who wave before they even know your name. What it feels like right here is salt, sunshine, and a little bit of stubborn. You'll see coolers on tailgates, tide charts on fridges, and people who check the weather before they even check their phones in the morning. Yes, it's got quirks, flood zones, a community boat lift that everyone's got an opinion on, and a few rules that only make sense once you live here, and that's all part of the pull. Because Hernando Beach isn't playing dress up like the rest of Florida. It's stripped down and genuine. It's a reminder of what old Florida was and what it still is. It's not glitz and glamour like Clearwater or St. Pete, and there's one detail that trips people up and then wins them over. Real talk, living in Hernando Beach isn't a hush secret or a sleepy myth. It's where the Gulf meets grit and the salt sticks to your truck longer than your tan. You've got canals out back, boats lined up on shoreline, and an 11,000 acre Weeki Wachee Preserve just across the road when you need to trade boat noise for birdsong. You can get into hiking, bike riding, kayaking, fishing, bird watching, and a whole lot more. It's criminally underused by the locals, so it always feels like it's just for you. Fresh seafood, live music, launching boats, weekends on the flats, sunset views, and so much more. It's easy to see why so many people are taking a hard look at Hernando Beach for some of the most affordable waterfront living on the Gulf Coast of Florida. It's why we work with so many people that are looking to move there. So if you want to know how life actually flows here, how the vibe and the homes and the people all beat to this salty rhythm, hang in there for a minute, because once Hernando Beach gets under your skin, you don't just live by the tides, you start living for them. Now the first thing you notice here isn't the houses, although they are spectacular, it's the pace. Hernando Beach runs on salt lifetime. The Gulf sets the schedule, not your phone. Nobody's in a rush here because the tides don't care what your calendar says. Most mornings kick off with kayaks sliding into the canals or somebody pedaling down shoreline towards the Weeki Wachee Preserve. 11,000 acres of marsh, pine, and peace and quiet hugging this community. It's got that small town rhythm that people love, but not the kind that's stuck. You'll see boat captains in line behind a Spring Hill commuter at the gas station, both talking about the water levels and the next scallop run. By July, scalloping season hits and the flats turn into a moving flotilla with coolers and cheers. Families, charters, everyone chasing those little shells like they're the summer currency. And there's some grit under all that calm as well. This isn't plastic paradise Florida. You'll spot stilt houses with barnacle scars, bait coolers parked beside golf carts, and work trucks that smell like salt and diesel. Living proof of a town that once landed more bait shrimp than Miami and still wears that with pride. And then the sounds of Hernando Beach, outboards humming before sunrise, gulls heckling over the marina, live music drifting out of the many beach bars down there. By evening, the air's thick with salt and grill smoke, the kind that makes you hungry even if you just ate. Some of my favorite restaurants are in Hernando Beach. And that's the win. Neighbors without the gloss, retirees who fish more now than they ever worked a day in their life, neighbors who fix anything with a rope, newcomers learning the boat lift ritual like it's a local test. Think less velvet rope and more like open water. It's truly its own community and nothing like neighboring Spring Hill or Hudson. So if you're thinking, yeah, that sounds like my kind of life, don't just keep daydreaming about it. Call us, text us, email us, set up a Zoom. My real estate team helps more people move into this lifestyle every single week. Whether you're chasing that direct Gulf access or want something tucked back by the preserve, we know every dock, every tide, and every street light in this town. Our info's down in the description. Reach out when you're ready to find your spot in Hernando Beach. My name's Ross Hardy. I want my team and I to be your local real estate team of choice. Because once you feel this rhythm, tides, laughter, diesel, and salt, there's no going back to your regular life. Now, Hernando Beach doesn't look like anywhere else. It's where function meets fantasy. Waterfront homes that rise above tides like they mean it. Decks stacked over docks and every backyard wired straight into that salt life. These places aren't for show, they're built to earn their view. Most are lifted high on pilings or on stilts, especially after the hurricanes came through last year, with open air spaces underneath that double as bait tables, kayak racks, or on the Friday night hangout spot where the wind's blowing right through and the beers are cold. Two ways to live on the water, and everybody weighs in with their favorites. Up north and in central Hernando Beach and into Weeki Wachee, you're living on direct Gulf. Launch from your own dock, no interruptions, no waiting. Down south in Hernando Beach South, it's tidier streets, HOA rules, and that open community boat lift that shuttles you over into the open water. From the outside, it's hassle. From the dock, it's stewardship. It's less shortcut to the Gulf and more respect the system that makes the Gulf possible. Now, one of our recent clients moved down from Crystal River because they wanted Gulf access without losing that small town quiet. At first, they weren't sure about that community boat lift. They thought it would be a hassle, but now they joke it's where they meet half their neighbors. Every weekend, they're swapping out stories while waiting their turn, and they'll tell you it's the best part of their day. And that's the thing about Hernando Beach. What looks like a limitation from the outside usually ends up being the reason people fall in love with it. You feel the split in the architecture. The northern canals tell the old story, so hand-built homes, metal roofs, patched docks, and the occasional shrimping relic that's somehow still standing. And then down in Hernando Beach South, it's generally newer construction, bright stilt homes, clean seawalls, everything a little bit more measured. One side's got edge and individuality, the other's got order and calm. Both lead to the same horizon though. Those sunsets don't pick sides, and that's the best part of Hernando Beach. So chime in below, what's your speed? Are you the no rules, just tides type, or the more organized paradise with HOA polish? I reply to every single comment. I'd love to know which side you pick. And every house here tells a story about smart survival. The riprap along the seawalls, which is those chunks of rock stacked at the base, they're not decoration, they're defense. Docks can't reach too far into the canals, that's how the county keeps the water navigable. Metal roofs aren't just an aesthetic trend, they're a weather strategy. Everything's designed with one truth in mind. Around here, the water rewards you and sets the terms. And when the light hits just right at the golden hour, it's something else, I'll tell you. You'll hear the tools clanking in a boat shed, the smell of burgers mixing with outboard exhaust, see someone washing down a skiff while their neighbor yells across the canal. It's dock lines and doorbells, same cadence. My parents actually had a place down there for a while and absolutely loved the lifestyle, loved going out to the bars and the restaurants, and loved all of their neighbors. Now, the homes are what catch your eyes sometimes. There are some absolute beauties down there, but it's the people and their routines that keep this place running. And once you meet them, you'll realize Hernando Beach isn't just engineered for the water, it's engineered for a certain type of person. If you're bored here, you parked it, because here the water isn't just something you look at, it's your entire social calendar. Scallop season, that's our unofficial summer holiday. From July through late September, the flats off Hernando and Bayport turn into a parade of pontoon flags, dive markers, and laughter echoing off the water. Families, charter captains, and anyone with a half-decent snorkel are out there chasing those little blue-eyed shells like Florida's version of an Easter egg hunt or something. Except this one ends with dinner. These waters sit right on one of Nature Coast's healthiest scallop beds, and the FWC keeps it that way. Strict seasons, hand or dip net only, and absolute respect for the seagrass. Around here, it's not just regulation, that's religion. Locals treat those little glass flats like sacred ground because that's what keeps the Gulf alive. Then there's Weeki Wachee, not just a spring, it's a full-on phenomenon. You've got 11,000 acres of preserve brushing right up against the back of Hernando Beach, filled with marsh, pine, and the occasional black bear wandering too far south. Yes, I can assure you there are black bears in this part of Florida still. Early mornings, the locals slip their kayaks into the glassy water before the tourists can even wake up. Mist over the surface, osprey cutting across the light, and manatees gliding so close you can reach out and touch them, but please don't. Paddle that river once and you'll get it. It's like Florida reminding you that she still remembers how to breathe. And when the day's done, the water doesn't clock out. The day slides from paddle to tiki. People drift towards the waterfront hangouts, so Brian's Place, Silver Dolphin, Hernando Beach Tropical Grill, and other local favorites as well. These are sunset sanctuaries where you can hear live music, smell fried grouper sandwiches, and swap fish stories with the same families who built this town on nets and grit. Even the small moments here turn into rituals. The boat lift line becomes a floating happy hour. Dock lights pulling curious snook at night, and somebody's always arguing about who found the biggest scallop haul. That's where the town breathes. Now, of course, every paradise has a price tag, and living this close to the Gulf comes with a few realities that every local learns fast, so let me go into some of those. The bill for salt life is real and it's worth knowing, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Hernando Beach isn't bargain basement cheap, but it's miles better than the waterfront pricing in other areas of Tampa Bay. Here you still get true waterfront for what a teardown costs over in Clearwater. You just trade valet parking for tide charts. Property taxes and daily expenses stay friendlier than Tampa, but the trade-off shows up in salt, water, and surprises that come with both. So in Hernando Beach, we talk about insurance like it's the weather. One quick personal note, the first time I priced a place here for a customer, I thought the carrier added an extra 0 or something, and then I learned how much the elevation certificate, roof age, and opening protection can move a quote, and the flood zone, of course. After documenting elevation correctly and upgrading to a metal roof with rated openings, their renewal came in far more reasonably, so just be aware of that. Every policy is different, so talk to your insurance pro, but elevation, roof, and windows are the big three that keep premiums under control, aside from flood zones, of course. You'll hear locals compare rates like they're swapping fishing tips. So homes in a VE zone sit higher for a reason. Those take waves head on, while AE zones handle flooding, and that's the designation for the 1% chance of flooding. The difference shows up in your premiums. Flood and wind coverage add up fast, but newer, elevated builds with metal roofs usually win better rates. Play it smart with upgrades and paperwork, and you'll keep the quote from spiking. Groceries, gas, and eating out line up with most of the rest of Florida, but life runs differently here. You're not spending on city bars or traffic, you're out fishing, kayaking, grilling what you caught. Quiet outpaces loyalty perks. And maintenance is where the salt really proves itself. When people first move here, their grill might rust out in 6 months and the boat trailer bolts turn orange, but after switching to marine grade hardware and rinsing everything off with fresh water, the difference is night and day. The salt never quits, but if you build for it and stay ahead of it, you protect your weekends instead of repairing them. That salt really eats the metal, it fades paint, and it laughs at any shortcuts people try to take. That's why locals swear by pressure washing, marine grade gear, and fresh paint. Not cosmetic, it's protective. The people who do it right treat it as an investment and view it as that. For all the talk about cost though, there's a payoff. Longer days, neighbors who wave, and sunsets that stop you mid-sentence. You pay a little more to live where the Gulf decides to schedule, and most folks will tell you it's worth every penny. Now here's where Hernando Beach really flexes its personality. This isn't one of those places where people hide behind tall hedges and HOA newsletters. It's a working waterfront kind of community built on handshakes, hard work, and boat talk over beer. The roots here go really, really deep. Back in the day, this was a shrimping outpost. Real deal bait boats, landing more catches than Miami. That grit never left, it just evolved. Now you've got old timers swapping storm stories at the yacht club bar, while the newer crowds talking lift repairs, seagrass health, and scallop spots like it's a second language. It's that rare blend in Florida of heritage and hustle where locals still take pride in knowing their tides as well as their taxes. What makes it special is how connected people are to both the water and each other. It's the link, water first, neighbors a very close second though. Every first Thursday, the Hernando Beach Property Owners Association meets, starting with a social hour, ending with business talk. But honestly, it plays like a family dinner with just a little bit of business thrown in. County officials pop in, FEMA reps drop advice, and locals hash out real issues like canal dredging, water clarity, storm prep. Nobody waits for somebody else to fix things. People here show up, speak up, and keep the water safe because it's their backyard after all. That's the fuel, DIY civic pride with neighbor energy deeper than the canals. Culturally, Hernando Beach is Florida unvarnished. You'll find neighborhood potlucks, tiki nights, and live music echoing from waterfront decks. Scallop season turns into an unspoken holiday, cookouts on the driveways, dive flags on every dock, and the smell of grilled butter and garlic drifting through the canals. And like I mentioned, just beyond that, the 11,000-acre Weeki Wachee Preserve stands watch, where you can spot a bear across the marsh and still make it to tiki night before sunset. And that's when you realize this place holds wild close and hospitality closer. It's a place where hurricanes spark mutual aid and maybe a slight bit of panic, of course, especially after 2024, but locals know the drill. They help each other board up, fire up the grill once the storm passes and the power's still out. That's what neighbor energy means here, a mix of laid-back loyalty with we've got this resilience. Drop your favorite local legend in the comments if you're from here. Maybe it's the captain who swears he saw a manatee steal his beer, or the neighbor who rebuilt his dock 3 times and still laughs about it. I want to hear about those real stories that make Hernando Beach what it is from you guys out there. And here's the thing, for all of its small town rhythm, this place doesn't feel isolated. It feels intentional. A pocket of community carved out between the marsh and the Gulf where people still wave, still help, and still remember why they came here in the first place. Because once you live in a town where the water sets the schedule and your neighbors know your boat by name, it stops becoming Florida and it becomes your Florida. Now, cards on the table, Hernando Beach isn't for everyone. This isn't a cruise ship Florida or valet living. It's for the ones who don't mind getting their hands salty, who'd rather patch a dock board than wait on a contractor. For people who love the smell of marsh grass in the morning and don't flinch when a dolphin splashes up next to their boat. Some folks love the freedom of the direct canals, straight shot to the Gulf, no questions asked. Others don't mind a community lift. They see it as part of the ritual, a neighborly checkpoint before hitting the open water. Whichever lane you pick, patience wins. And for the most part, the people here aren't chasing the hype, they're chasing rhythm. They live by tides, not by timelines. They know when scallop season starts before they even check the calendar. And they can tell you which canal clears first after the storms. These are the folks who find peace in simple routines, rinsing off the kayak, cleaning the fish off the tailgate, watching ospreys circle over the Weeki Wachee Preserve before sunset. Life here isn't scheduled, it just kind of flows. Now, fair warning, the salt does keep score. It'll test your gear, your patience, and your love for quiet, yet the payoff? Mornings so still you can hear a fish jump 2 canals over, and nights so dark you forget streetlights exist. I am not kidding, guys, you have to check it out. It's wild but not lonely, because out here your neighbors are part of the landscape. This is for people who crave real, who want real ties, not shortcuts. You don't need to perform here, you just need to show up, shake hands, wave from the dock and mean it. The community doesn't care what car you drive or how many followers you've got. They care if you respect the water, the rules, and the people who call this marsh home. Now, one thing to note is that if you are in Hernando Beach South or in the middle section, you're gonna be limited as to what size of boat you can get out to the Gulf. There's a boat lift to go through and a bridge to get under, so be sure to find out the info on weight and height limits. We can help you with those questions as well. So if this sounds like your kind of Florida, the kind where your backyard hums with frogs, your boat defines your weekend and the salt never really leaves your skin, you'll fit right in. And if not, that's okay. Hernando Beach doesn't try to be for everyone, that's how it holds its shape. And if you're listening to this thinking, yep, that's my kind of life, then don't go anywhere, because the next part, we're gonna talk about how to make this lifestyle yours and how our real estate team can help you find the perfect fit along these salty canals. So to sum it all up, Hernando Beach doesn't need a spotlight, just the folks who get it. The ones who feel that pull when the tide shifts, who want mornings to start with salt air instead of traffic noise. If that's you and you're ready to stop scrolling listings and start living this, don't stall for a perfect time. Call us, text us, shoot us an email, set up a Zoom in the link down below. All of our information's sitting right there. We love hearing from folks like you on the YouTube channel. Our real estate team helps people find the kind of home that fits this rhythm. The tide-driven, real Florida kind. Whether you're moving across the state or across the country, we handle the wonky stuff like zones, lifts, premium, so you can focus on the fit. We live this life every day, and we'll make sure you find the home that lets you live it too. And when you're done here, tap into the playlist Living on Florida's Nature Coast. It's where you'll see how Hernando Beach connects to the other Gulfside towns that carry the same heartbeat. Wild, local, and still a little untamed. Thanks for riding along. I'll see you in the next spot. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.